Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Listen, I'm easy to find.
And then they can kiss my ass.
Good morning, YouTube. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all staying safe. Happy Thursday. This is episode 26 of Big Need Sports Talk. Before we get into the video, there's a few things I'd like to say up front. I wanted to take this opportunity again. I wanted to send a special thank you to Erica McCall last night for joining me on a great episode. Check that out if you hadn't already. I do appreciate those that came through. Chattering Common Sense, comedian Al Hendricks, Sean Spencer, the Swintons. Much appreciated for y'all. Anthony Handy, appreciate you guys being in the comments. This, I'm just going to reiterate it. My dream is to be a sports journalist, and to have the niche for this has been a blessing. I didn't really pick up. I did it through since I was in elementary school. It didn't really catch on until really more of when I started with the pandemic, and just being able to talk sports and really kind of take advantage of saying, hey, you got a little talent, why not try it? So yes, thank you to her for joining me last night. I was planning on going live after that video, but it was kind of like it was a long day, and plus it was getting kind of late, so I just let me just push this video back to that. So as you mentioned the title, also I'll be going live in a few minutes with the after this video with the NBA game 6 finals preview. I'll be tuning in for that. So as you mentioned the title of this video, Sean, what's going on, sir? Good to see you. Hey, Lucinda, good to see you. As you mentioned the title of this video, talk about the Baltimore Orioles. Yesterday, I tried to go live with this video, but there was a couple interruptions, and I just deleted the whole thing. I wanted to make sure everything was clear and precise. I was going to get across. Let me make this vehemently clear. I have been an Oriole fan since the day I was born, and that's never going to change. I will bleed black, orange, and white, no matter what. I have stuck by the Orioles through the mediocrity, through the good, ugly, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I am proud of what I'm seeing from the standpoint of the culture being rebuilt as far as the team. I'm talking from minor leagues all the way up. The way this year the Orioles have been playing, they're built different. Last couple of years, I really did question where this team was going in terms of direction, because it just really seemed it was just hard. It was just hard to really stomach some of these games. When you watch a team lose 115, 120 games, you get tired of it. And the way they have been playing this year, they're first and foremost, they're 27-37. Their record's better than what it was last year. They're about what? Even though they're 7 games from being fourth, I know they're 20 games out of first, because New York is on a mission. They're not one of the worst teams. I'll get to that in a second. So I apologize for that. When I look at the Orioles, I want to make sure I have this clear. And in no way is this video directed as hate. It's more important. It's just venting. I saw an article. Thank you. I agree. Bump the Nationals. Absolutely. And shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy Russell Goodacre. He sent me some juicy stuff. I'll share that in a minute. But recently saw something that was a little disturbing as an Oriole fan, and I think it needed to be addressed and called out. I know. I'm sorry. um, so apparently, with the Orioles, we have the family drama. You know, I think it was about 2019, 2018. I know Peter. I really do hope he's doing well. I really do. I know he collapsed, um, and the league actually kind of came down on us, and they were like, "Yo, man, um, you know, he's not getting any younger. Who's going to take over the team?" He, in power of attorney, he named his wife as the trustee. He appointed her, Miss Georgia Angelos. Uh, she has the authority to make decisions of the family's assets and make the decisions. She appointed their oldest son, John Angelos, to be the CEO, and the youngest to be VP. Now, I believe he's now 90, 92. Yes. Now, really, it actually started. It took place in from what I remember, it took in 2017. But because of his recent collapse, now it really kicked in. So the younger brother, his name is Louis Angelos, is suing because he feels as though that there is a power struggle, uh, where John is just taking over uh, everything. He filed a lawsuit this past Thursday. It's saying that he's undermining his mom's authority, uh, and according to what it said, it left him. I'm going to use the word it said in the documents, disabled. It's also saying that Lewis is also accusing John of relocating the team to Tennessee. And I have a quote saying and I quote, "The corrupting effect of John's actions has been thoroughly frustrating Mr. Angelo's intentions," the suit said. John intends to maintain absolute control over the Orioles, to manage, to sell, or if he chooses, to move to Tennessee where he has a home and his wife's career is headquartered, without having to answer to anyone. Um, Now, apparently, also too, it's saying that Mrs. Angelos is also wanting to sell the team. Now, the mother came out just actually yesterday and set the record straight. Pretty much, she made it clear. I didn't know this. I had to do my research. She's actually from Maryland. She went to school here in Maryland, so she has roots. She's just deep roots here in Maryland. Um, she said, I remember in the article, she remembers attending the first opening day in Baltimore when they moved when they were the St. Louis Browns. They moved here. It was 1954. Um, you know, she remembers talking about when the Baltimore Colts left, to go to Indianapolis. Uh, she has made it clear that this notion that they want to move the team, that's not true. And that actually makes me feel a little better. It does. Um, I feel like, and I don't know these guys. I don't know John and I don't know Lewis. This sounds like a sibling rivalry. He has more He has more power. He has more say than I do, and that's not fair. It's more like like I said, a power. This is a trying to get power. You know, the lawsuit basically also stated that they wanted to at some point sell the team, And like the fact that the state of Maryland has invested, they're going to invest not in just in the Orioles, but the Ravens too. There's $600 million in bonds that the General Assembly is going to give to give to improve Camden Yards and the Sanford M&T Bank Stadium. Now, there's that I believe we have a lease that's up in 2023. Got one more year, and I think we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty sure. I can't see that happen. I can't see after, well, at least where we're going to move. Like, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why, if you look back in 1984, the reason why the Baltimore Colts left, it was because, and when you think about it realistically, it made sense. Robert Arsay, all he wanted was a new stadium. My dad would tell me stories of Memorial Stadium. That was as the Miracle on 33rd Street, as great as she was old. It was an older stadium held by tape that was held with tape and glue. It was a stadium that was out of date. He wanted something new. He wanted something authentic, and the city of Baltimore and the city of Maryland and the state of Maryland was not going to give that to him. Why would I keep a team and why would I keep a team here if you're not going to give me the things that I want? The same thing Art Modell did in Cleveland. It's just you got to think from a business perspective. Look at I use Art Modell because he's a great example. Because the Cleveland Browns kind of played in the same stadium. That stadium was old. It was held by tape and glue. But they gave the Cleveland Guardians, well, at the time the Cleveland Indians, now the Guardians, they gave them a whole new brand new ballpark. You have to understand the logistics and the reasons behind those moves. There's no intent of the Orioles moving. They're investing in the team. They're investing in probably arguably one of the best ballparks in Major League Baseball. And she's made it very, very clear. They're not going to sell the team. I just feel like, again, it's just a power struggle. And it shows. Now, I like the fact that there's a sense of urgency, but you know what this shows? It shows a divide. I just hate when stuff like this comes to light because it's obviously there's no this. Instead of there's more when you see dollar signs, when you see, someone getting more responsibility than you are, some people are going to feel some kind of way. Like, I really do think that according to what it's the article that I read, that when Mr. Angelos, he appointed his wife as a trustee, and then John and Lewis, the co-trustees, Lewis felt as though it should have been equal. Now, he's saying that he's being completely taken out of that. He's manipulating both his mom and dad, because after 2018, they said Peter's just he's now disabled, sadly. And pretty much just kind of just saying he's manipulating. He's just doing all these things where he just gets control. And also states that he fired Brady Anderson because he actually was in the front office up until 2019. And according to what Lewis said, he said that he was more loyal to the team than Peter Angelos. No, he was more loyal to him, sir. He was loyal to the club and Peter Angelos than to John. And when I look at that, I'm like, what are we talking about? Now, the team was purchased in 1993 by Peter Angelos. I believe it was for $153 million from That's how much we purchased. Now, where it's worth to be $1.6 billion. The last two teams that to be sold were the Mets and the Royals. Um, Steve Cohen now owns the Mets. I can't think of all the time who owns the Royals. But let's keep it real. Um, if you look at the reason why the Orioles have been, the value of the team is better because there's actually a more of a product that's being put on the field that's more productive. They're investing in players, and more importantly, they're investing back in the team. Like, if you paid attention, ladies and gentlemen, from I'll say 2017 up until last year, teams were garbage. And yeah, we're 20 games behind New York, but they look a lot better this season. They're not 18 and 50 and 45. They're a little bit more competitive. There's a lot of young guys out there that that are proving to be that want to be a part of this team. Like, I look at it, I don't see a loss. I don't see the Orioles leaving. I don't see them moving to Tennessee. Um, John Angelos, he came with a statement, and I felt like it was the best for him to do it. Even though me, I wish you seen. I just wish that uh, sometimes I think when you some people say you hold people to that. So this is what he said. This was a statement from John Angelos. As I said it, as I have said it before, as long as Fort McHenry is standing over and watching the Inner Harbor, the Orioles will remain in Baltimore. My mother was born and raised in Northeast Baltimore and attended city public schools at Eastern High School and has worked with my father their entire lives to help the city, including restoring the club to local ownerships and preventing its relocation. For them, as for me, the Orioles will forever play at Oriole Park. At no time have we ever contemplated anything different. Since I was appointed chairman and CEO according to my parents' expressed wishes and voted as the control person for the team by 30 major league clubs, I have taken significant steps to ensure the beloved franchise remains in Charm City. Just 2 months ago, we celebrated the Maryland General Assembly passing a bill promising to put $1.2 billion reinvesting and re-imaging Cadman Yard Sports Complex, which includes Oriole Park, ensuring that the team will continue to play right here in downtown Baltimore for generations to come. Maryland is committed to keeping our team in this great state, and I'm equally committed to keeping the Orioles at the heart of our state. As the stewards of the ballpark that forever changed baseball, we will continue to strengthen our community and generate another $10 billion in economic impact for the city of Baltimore and the state of Maryland, and welcomes another 70 million people to downtown Baltimore over the next 30 years and beyond. There's no uncertainty about the future of the Baltimore Orioles. I want to ensure our Oriole players, coaches, and our dedicated front staff, senior leadership team and staff, and our devoted fans, trusted partners, elected, civic, and nonprofit leaders, and our entire community that the Orioles will never leave. From 33rd Street to Camden Yards, the Birds of Baltimore, the iconic team of Brooks, Earl, Jim, Frank, Cal, and Eddie, will forever remain in the only city that our family and partnership group has ever called and will ever call home. The finest city and birthplace of our national anthem, which we are dearly proud and which to we are forever committed. I have no issue with that. That actually should put a lot of people mind at ease. And the fact that Mr. Angelo's wife comes up with a statement and makes it clear that we appointed John as a CEO and we have the trust. And she also made it clear that she has the authority to manage the family's assets and make decisions and takes these things serious. And then also, too, she made it clear. I have another statement from her. As a sole attorney, in fact, and controlling trustee, I have relied upon a sophisticated team of senior business advisors, consultants, and attorneys, and nationally recognized legal, financial, tax, and estate planning firms with whom John and I, on behalf of the Orioles and my family, have worked on all matters. Within that group, I have the highest regard, professionalism, of integrity of Chris Jones and his partners at the law firm of Moore and Van Allen, who have provided invaluable counsel in our family estate planning. And the Orioles' near and long-term strategic planning. I consider Chris a friend, and Chris and his family, as always, my John and our owed an apology for this baseless, unfounded, defamatory complaint. I have always believed that family disputes and concerns should remain among family members, and I deeply regret any distraction this may have caused our dedicated Orioles senior leadership, team, staff, and community partners, and more importantly, devoted Oriole fans. I look forward to putting this matter all behind us. Go Orioles. I'm one of those too. I feel like there's certain things that should be kept private because the article, the first piece of article that came out, it was from the Baltimore Banner. I don't know who leaked that out. I don't know where the information came from. I'm not saying whoever wrote it was not a trusted source. I just thought it was just kind of weird to hear that the younger brother was suing over pretty much him saying, look, he's going to take over control. He wants to move the team to Tennessee. And to say, look, we always want to move the team since 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm not worried. My mind was put at ease when I saw his wife's statement. And even when John came out with the statement. I hold people to their words. At the end of the day, I look at it like this. I understand these last few years, time as Angelos took over, the team could have been better, especially after the post-cover bid era. Yeah, I've watched those teams: Brian Roberts, Tony Batista, Jay Gibbons, Sidney Ponson, so many others, Melvin Mora. Yeah, those teams were not great. Those teams were kind of hard to stomach. We had some good years. I do believe that John is doing what's best for the team. I can't see John Angelos moving the Orioles. I don't see that happening at all. What I see is I see a team from the ground up, culture-wise. It's being built. And the fact that I just wish this was handled differently. My question would be, why would you take something that's this really internal and make it public? Because I don't like that. Nothing's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, the Baltimore Orioles are going to stay in Baltimore. And I can't see I see expansion. I see an expansion team in Tennessee, but I don't see anyone leaving to go. Again, like I said, we're investing money into the team, and I think that should speak upon itself. But this notion that if I could ask Mr. Louis Angelos, well, why are you doing this? I question that. I do, because what is your end game? You know what I'm saying? Just for example, I think wasn't Paul McCartney out here at Candy Yards sold out? People were willing to invest. The fact that you had a Beatle in Charm City, that brings money. And then also too, like when this team is performing pretty damn well, people will come out and support the Orioles. You have to understand, I think a lot of people are still haunted, and it's okay, because of the Baltimore Colts. And again, if you look back at that situation, it was different because the city of Baltimore was not willing to pay for another stadium. They were actually going to take over using eminent domain. And Irsay said that ain't happening. He had to do what was best for him and the team. Now, I agree the history of the Baltimore Colts should have stayed here. He could have taken the franchise and just went to Indy. He kept the history here because and I'm disappointed that even when the Ravens, as a fan of the Ravens, I'm surprised that we've not really retired some of these jerseys, like Johnny Unitas, because I believe Scott Mitchell wore his jersey. I think it was 99. I don't even know why he gave him permission to wear it. But I'm just saying, the guys that played for the Baltimore Colts, they should be in the Ravens Ring of Honor, in my opinion. But look, the message is clear. Mr. John Angelos is very sincere. I really appreciate him coming up with that statement. And it puts my mind at further ease. It does. And I think that should put everyone's mind at ease. Because look, we got a lot to be thankful for with this team. This squad this team looks different. They're built different. And like when I see the debut House of Stowers, Adley Rutschman, different things like that. Look at the culture that Mike Elias, when he came in here, we knew that the dumpster fire that he was going to get. Look at what he's doing. The fact that now Brandon Hyde, can actually work with something. Just look at how they're investing in the team. This team, give it next year, these boys ready to compete. Now, do I like the fact that they have the lowest payroll in baseball? No, I don't. But I remember a team before they became National League that no one likes to bring up. The Houston Astros were like that at one point too, and they became champions. I'm seeing that right now with the Baltimore Orioles. So, ladies and gentlemen, as an Oriole fan, as Orioles Nation, this team ain't going nowhere. Let's stand. Let's continue to support the Orioles. And look, Oriole baseball, Oriole magic is coming back.
Guaranteed.
Look, I said it before. I will bleed orange and black and white till the day I die. Go O's. Peace out.
Listen, I'm easy to find.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.
And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
Before I forget, too, the Baltimore Orioles actually just signed. Where is it at? Shout out to my boy Russell Goodacre. The Ravens actually. That's okay. I'll say that for another video. It's not regarding the Ravens. This is more for the Ravens. Shout out to Sean Spencer. This time I'm out. Peace.
Listen, I'm easy to find.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.
And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.